Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I'm updating you guys on my 22 in 2022 today, and I just wanted to go over these things kind of quickly because we're having a storm right now and the lights may go out. They are coming off and on, like flickering, so let's just get right into it. The first thing I have is my MAC Double Definition Highlight and Bronzer Duo. I haven't used this yet because I have this in for the summer months. It's a lot deeper than what I could use right now. I guess I could get away with it, but I'm using quite a bit of other things right now, and so I feel like those two would just be better for the summer months. So unfortunately, that is not getting any use right now. The next one is the MAC Azalea Blossom Blush, and this one is from MAC and Toledo, and it looks like this. I've used this quite a few times, so I have 6 uses. My goal is 15, but I have so many blushes in my collection that I'm trying to use in different projects right now. So this one is gorgeous, and I absolutely love using it, and I'll probably try to do a bit more of a focus. Oh, you can barely even see that swatch. I'll just show you here. So I will try to do more of a focus at the last couple days of April. I'm filming this just a hint early because I have a few other ones to film at the end of the month, a few other project updates to film at the end of the month. So yeah, I'll probably use that a couple more times, but I wanted to make sure that I got this up right now. The next thing is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and it looks like this. It's the original OG, very old, still smells fantastic. I love the smell of this. I love the way that the bronzer looks. It's such a beautiful bronzer. I don't know why I don't use this more. I stopped using bronzer for a few years. I don't know what happened, but now I'm starting to get really back into it again. I have 10 use goal on this, and I've used it 3 times. I have quite a few other bronzers in other projects that I'm focusing on, and this one is a year long, so I'm not pushing myself. When I use it, I will use it. The next one is the Colourpop Cherry Crush Palette Eyeshadow, and this one is for 5 use goal. I have only used it once because I feel like this will be a little bit better for I guess I could use it today. I'm kind of using similar shades today. But I'm thinking of using it maybe next month in, like, I'm trying to do a green focus for the next month because I want to hit pan on a green eyeshadow. But when I feel like not wearing green, I'll probably grab this, and then I can use this and another item that I have in my other projects. So currently that stays in. The next is Stila, The Eyes Are the Window, and this is also a 5 use goal, and I've only used this 3 times. It is beautiful. I could probably throw this in as a, like, pan that palette or something like that. It's beautiful, and it's really nice for when I work at work, like when you can't wear crazy bold looks. I could probably get away with something like this. It's bright, but it's soft. So I could probably get away with something like this, but you know, for being work appropriate, I think something like that palette would be really nice. So I would definitely think about that for the future. I love the palette. I love the way the eyeshadows perform, and it's getting on the older side, so that might be something I consider. The next is the Urban Decay eyeshadow palette in the shade Naked Heat, and I've only used this once. It also has a 5 use goal on it, and I'm just not drawn to my naked palettes anymore. I think the color story is nice, but I'm just not drawn to these eyeshadow palettes anymore. So I will try to use it in the future, of course. I think maybe fall time might be better for this because although the Cherry Crush is like kind of like this, more bright, more springy and summery, this is a lot more subdued and a lot more fall based, especially like this end part here is very fall to me. So I might bring that out in the fall time. So this will probably be in for quite some time. And then the next one is the Norvina Volume 5. This one will be rolling out. I have used this 5 times. I've done a lot of purple looks for the month of April. So I got some use on this, and you can see there's quite a bit of a dip going in this shade right here. I have used quite a few of these actually. This one's got a lot of disturbance now. This one has a lot of disturbance in it. So I'm actually getting quite a bit of use, and this is a really nice palette. I just, there's something in here or something that's not in here that it's lacking, like maybe a deep, deep purple. Like there's a lot of like deep reddish browns, like burgundy browns, but there's no real deep purple, and I think that's what this palette is missing. And also a really, really light shimmery, like brow bone lilac shade. I think those two things are missing from this palette, and even though how huge this is, I still have to grab something else to compare with it, or like to not compare with it, but to partner with it, because those things are missing for me, if that makes sense. So as gorgeous as this is, I still feel like there's like a few things in the color story that are lacking. And then the next one is the Nicki Minaj Onika Perfume. I hope I'm saying that right. I haven't used this because I was trying to use up my Rebel Fleur by Rihanna, which I completed. That's going to be an empty for this month. So this will probably be my summer scent. I'll use this and 2 other perfumes that I have in projects, but I'm really hoping that I can get most of these down to low or used up completely. So unfortunately, this one has to go back and start to get some love. The next is the Balm Mary Luminizer in, yeah, just like this is a Mary Luminizer. There's no like shade name, it's just Mary Luminizer. And so this one has a usage goal of 12 uses. And the reason I reduced it from 22 to 12 is because I'm trying to complete a mini eyeshadow or a mini highlighter right now. And I feel like I don't use a whole lot of highlighter anymore. Like you can see I have a nice highlighter thing going here, but it's not like bold strip like I used to wear. I do wear it on a lot of points, like my Cupid's bow here, sometimes up on the top part of my brow here. So I do wear highlighter on a lot of points of my face, but I use such a small amount of it that this will last me forever, this one alone. So I'll probably end up decluttering it before it gets used up, but not the uses, I don't mean just the entire thing. So I have used this 7 times. So I've got some good use on it. I only have 5 more uses to go, and it's absolutely stunning. It's such a soft, finely milled, nice, lightly golden color. It's just really beautiful, but I just have so many things that I'm working on right now that I don't grab this one, but I definitely want to get those 5 uses done very soon. The next one is the one that I'm trying to use up, and this is the Becca highlighter in the shade Vanilla Quartz, and I have prices on them because I plan on emptying them, and then it's easy to count it rather than going hunting for the value. So this is what it looks like now. It's got a huge dip in the center and a huge pan in the center, so much more than it did at the start of the year. It was just like a tiny little corner over here, and now it's really opened up. And I'm really excited about this because it's my favorite highlighter and has been for some time. But I also feel like it's got a little bit of a pink shift to it, like a very, very slight peachy pink shift to it. And sometimes I just like something more like the Mary Luminizer. So just like a straight up champagne, not champagne gold, but like a nice gold and pearlized highlighter, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, like I want to use this up completely, and I have 2 full-size backups. 2 full-size backups on top of all the other highlighters that I have. It's obscene how much highlighter that I own, but I really love highlighter. Even though I don't wear it that much, I feel like it completes the look 100%. It gives you that glow, that freshness, that youthfulness. I love it. I love highlighter. The next one I have is my MAC Extra Dimension eyeshadows, and one is in the shade Sweet Heat and the other is in Smoky Mauve. I haven't used Sweet Heat at all, so I still only have 5 uses, and my goal is to use it 20 times, pardon me. And this Smoky Mauve one, I can't talk. I thought I was going to use it a ton this month, but I've only used it twice, and again, I have 20 uses. So this is the shade right here. It's really beautiful, but I've only used it twice because it's more of like a silvery purple, and I was going for more like all those silvery purples were like the cool tone purples were what I was going for. It just didn't go with what I wanted, so I barely used it, unfortunately. But it shows maybe don't buy singles anymore like that I can't put into a palette and make my own palettes. I rarely grab stuff like this anymore. So that's something to note for future. Maybe don't buy those things. Another thing I have is my Urban Decay eyeliner in Rockstar. and it is the purple color right here, very, very deep purple, but I use that a ton. It's getting very small. And this one I was supposed to use 22 times and I used it 26 times. So I definitely beat my goal. And I think I might just continue using it because it's so dark. I have it on today. Oh, I didn't even count that. So 27 times. I have it on today. I'm taking it out of the project, but I'm definitely going to just continue using it until it's gone because there's not that much left. And because it's so old and dry, I don't want to put it back in my collection. I just want to get it out. The next one I have are a stack of samples, which this is going to take a moment to go through because I actually completed all of these samples now. So I had a goal to do 22 samples, like to complete 22 different samples. So I will explain to you what I mean when I say that as I go. So I used a couple of these professionals, these little primer professionals. There's 3 here. I used up one of each of these. So if there's one here and one here, I count these as one individual and one individual, not this whole thing is one. So that is a few more there. I used up 2 here and I put the total value of what it costs per slot, not the whole thing because I haven't used these other ones. So just the ones that I'm actually using. And I use this one here, just the one up here. I also have another one down here that I was going to try and use, but I don't know. We'll see. And then I have a couple of these that I used. So I only used 2. I thought I used this one as well, but it's just 2 of them. I used those. I also used this. I actually have the full size of this foundation, which is the CC Cream in light. Or not a full size, I have a mini size, which I don't know why I would buy a full size because with SPF, I don't go through the foundation by the time it expires. So the mini size is more than sufficient. Also, as far as these go, like I'm not super loving a lot of these. This powder is okay, but everything else is just kind of like meh, you know. But I do really enjoy this foundation. It's just a lot like full coverage and I'm not used to that. And then for the Blur Tint, which I absolutely love, Blur Blend Perfect or Perfect. And then I used 3 different ones of those. So I used the darkest one and the lightest one together. And then I used this one as well. So this is shade 5. And this is 3 and 7. So I combined 3 and 7. And then I use this one. And I just use that all over my face. So just the 3 there. And I have another one which I did the same thing with. And another professional. So I have a ton of these. There are like 22 total. I have 4 of these Kosas concealers. And the last thing I have is the Barbara Sturm Molecular Cosmetics face cream, which was really nice. I enjoyed that, and it's very expensive, but it was really nice. So of course I would enjoy it, but I completed all of those, so that's great. I can wipe another one out on here. There's a lot of items, and it gets overwhelming when you're doing so many projects, but I'm very proud of myself for completing so many of these little sample packets because they honestly take up quite a bit of room, and to try and like calculate it all and everything, it takes a little bit of time. So I'm proud to have all those done. The next thing I have and the last thing I have in this update is my MAC Fix Plus in the scent Coconut, and I'm now down to here. I'm not marking it, I don't believe. Oh, I did. I marked it here, a little dot, and now I'm way down to here. So I'm just going to say that I was at the top of the U part where it says Coconut, and I'm going to try and complete that in the next month. Hopefully I can do that. I love the coconut one, and then when I do complete this, I want to buy it again because I don't have a backup of coconut scent anymore. So, and it is my favorite one. So that is it. It was a lot to go through. I really appreciate those of you who are still here and watching. Let me know what you'd like to see me try to complete, or anything that you think is awesome that you've used in your collection. If you guys like these naked palettes, I would love to hear it if that's your thing. I don't hear a lot about them anymore. I just see a lot of people declutter them or put them into like a collection bin or whatever. For me, I don't know. I'm just not... They're not my jam anymore. They were like the thing when they first came out, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like there's so much competition and stuff out there now that the Naked palettes are just not my jam, especially as you can tell I like a bolder look. Even if it's a more subdued look, I still like it to be a little bit more bold. And I feel like with the Naked palettes, it's just fully on subdued. So I guess it depends on how I'm feeling, but it's definitely something that I don't gravitate towards. So thank you guys so much for watching. I won't keep you any longer. Have a wonderful day. I hope you like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye!